Hey guys, it's James with OpenTech, and today I'm going to show you the user experience for our K3 kiosk. We revamped it a little bit. It's a little bit different than maybe some things you've seen in the past. We've added some new things that I think you guys are gonna like. So let's just start off with how it's gonna work. So first I'm gonna hit this rent a space button so we can go through and we can see the list of units that we have available here. You can see the size on the left side, how much it is down the middle. If you have any promotions or specials that you're offering, it'll give you that option as well. And then it'll tell you if it's a storage space, a vehicle space, and you can go through and you can select large, small, medium, and then of course the space features, like if it's inside or if it's climate controlled, maybe it's a drive-up unit, something like that, right? Different customizable things you can add in there. But one of the cool things we've added here is going to be the interactive map. So if you hit this view map button, it's going to show you your facility map, of course, right? But it's going to have a little legend here that selects just kind of what really you're seeing. So orange is going to be good, blue is going to be better, green is going to be best. So if I zoom into this map, you can see which units are going to be available based on this value-based pricing that we have here. So orange, good, green, best, blue, better, different options you can click. And one cool thing, watch this real quick. If I select this unit, it's also going to show you the different amenities that come with that. So I selected a good option. So it has 3 different things that come with it. Let's just see what happens when I select this green option. You can see that it comes with a little bit more. It is a little bit more expensive, but it does have better options that they might want. And then of course it does look like it's a little bit closer to this exit. So maybe it's a little bit easier to get to. This is going to be another section that shows that value-based pricing here. So maybe if they did just select that option for a 5x5, but they want to see how much more they can get with a different unit in a different space, this will show it to them all on one screen so they can see the difference in the good, better, and best program as well. And then of course, it'll also have that special here too. So if you want to choose that first month for $1, which of course I'm going to select that, I can go through and I can hit this continue button on that best option because I want everything I can get from it. And then from that point on, you're going to go through and you're going to scan your ID. So we do have a scanner on every single one of our kiosks here. It looks a little bit different depending on the kiosk you're looking at, but this one, once I put my ID up here, it's just going to have a little red line, scan my ID from that point and go from there. And then it will pop up right here underneath this little camera showing you how to do it so you can see that it did scan you and verify that you scanned your ID. From that point on, you're going to go into your actual, starting with the basics. So here it's going to have your name, your phone number, your email. Of course, scanning the ID is not going to put in your number or your email. You will have to manually enter those parts, but everything else is going to be a little bit automatic, a little bit more streamlined for the tenant here. So once I hit continue, then it's going to go in through all the other information that ID scans. So your driver's license number, whether it is a driver's license or a state ID, where you come from, what address it has, obviously your birth date, basically everything that you're going to need when a tenant is renting at your facility. So if I hit continue from here, now we're going to get into, is it a business or if it's personal? Just to show you really quick, if I am a business, it'll ask me for my business name. It'll ask if I'm tax exempt. If I am tax exempt, then it'll ask you for your ID. And then of course your expiration date. So you don't have to go chase anybody for the tax exempt numbers. Again, just making it easier for you guys and the tenant. But I am not a business, so I'm going to hit this no button, kind of continue on from here. It'll also ask you if you're storing a vehicle. If you do have some vehicle spaces, this is a good option for someone that wants a unit and a vehicle space. You can select yes. It'll ask you all your car information. And of course, they'll just have to implement that stuff. So it makes it a little bit easier again, so you don't have to go chase someone down for that. I'm going to select no though. I'm not going to put my car in here real quick, but next thing here is kind of a verification of who's at your kiosk right now. So it's going to ask you to take a picture. There's a camera right up here underneath the microphone. This camera here is going to really show who's at your kiosk. So sorry about this, but I'm going to have to smile real fast. Then if they need to retake it, there's a little retake button right here. And then of course, it'll go into your insurance options. All your property management softwares are going to require insurance for you to rent a unit. Of course, if it doesn't, it's not going to pop up here, but if it does, it's automatically going to pull it from your property management software. So you can select from this point on, select which insurance option you want, or if maybe you have your own insurance, you can always hit, I don't want insurance. We're going to start getting towards payment screens. So here it's going to ask you if you want to pay by either ACH or if you want to pay by debit or credit card. Some machines also will accept cash. This one does not, but if you wanted to have a machine that sells cash, that is an option too, so don't worry. But I'm just going to select debit or credit so I can show you something really quick. There is an auto pay option on these kiosks as well. So if someone does want to use auto pay so they don't have to pay every single month manually, they can select that. And then further on, when we get to that leasing process, it's going to make them confirm that. So maybe if they click that accidentally, you can still go through that process of making sure that they do still want to do that. I want to use auto pay. I like the automation. So I'm gonna continue on from here. And then it's gonna ask you to verify your billing address. If it isn't different than your primary address, it's gonna have that default as no. But if it is different, just hit that yes button, change your address on there. I mean, a lot of people move in storage, right? So that is just a good little feature for people that do have a new address and maybe they haven't updated their ID yet, because of course we did scanner ID and that's where this address comes from. So I'm gonna hit no because mine is the same. So I'm gonna continue on. I selected credit or debit. So at this point, this is when you're gonna use the tap, the insert, the slide, so you can go in there and actually pay for the unit itself. After I hit submit for my payment, then we're gonna start getting into the actual leasing itself. So it comes up with just a couple different documents that you have to do, hit this okay option, and this will be your lease. So I can scroll this if I needed to. Obviously I need to scroll a little bit farther down so I can hit this sign button. Once I hit the sign button, they can draw their name or they can hit text and they can change their color, they can change their font, but all they have to do is hit I agree, adopt and sign, and then it's automatically gonna pop up here that Marty McFly has signed his lease. Once I hit finish, it's gonna ask you to submit it one more time just to verify you still wanna do this. Hit that submit button, proceed, and then it's automatically gonna go to that next document. So it looks like this next document is gonna be the insurance. All I gotta do is hit that sign again button. I don't have to go through and manually change my text every single time. Again, just to make it a little bit easier for the tenant when they're renting at your facility. And then that last one, you know how I mentioned they're gonna have to verify if they want auto pay? There it is right then and there. So hit that sign button. Marty McFly is ready to go. We're gonna hit submit, success. Big little confetti that's gonna pop up with a QR code. Looks like I got unit A203 as that's the one I selected. And from that point on, if I scan that QR code, it can pull up with your map, it can pull up with your website, different things that you wanna set up with that QR code for, totally up to you. After that, hit this exit to main menu button and we're back on the home screen. We are all good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this demo. I really do think you guys might like the kiosks, but if you have any questions, feel free to let us know.